Howdy folks, and welcome back to my reactions to Genlock. We're up to Season 1, Episode 3, entitled Second Birthday. The Colonel raises concern about Doc's... I usually don't read this stuff because I kind of like to be surprised by the plot, but I'm reading it because I'm looking at it. The Colonel raises concerns about Doc's residency. Chase feels the impact of absence. The new recruits are introduced to the potential of using Genlock mecha for combat. Okay, the recruits being introduced to the potential, you presume that would be happening, especially with the image we've got there of Maisie Williams' character in the bed thing. The Colonel raising concerns about Doc's residency. I mean, that's not a stretch. Chase feels the impact of absence. Yeah, he was kind of feeling that before. So, I guess there's nothing new there. But still, I usually don't even look at those. That's why usually when I introduce these things, I don't remember what the title is because I don't have anything up. I don't have a cheat sheet up. I've got two windows here, and right now on the right window, I'm looking at the title information, my watch list, basically. All right, so last episode, Blaine, I think it was Blaine. I'm not sure. Was it Blaine? We'll find out maybe. Looked like he might have died, but I'm thinking that was Blaine because in a couple of times it kind of sounded like him. I'm thinking his character isn't dead, and I'm thinking he's going to be a bad guy. Maybe he was just immobilized during what happened. He's kept under lock and key. Maybe he escapes. He becomes the bad guy, right? I mean, Ruby has bad guys. Cinder, for instance. So maybe he's just a bad guy. Okay, I can live with that. So we'll see what happens there. Of course, the other recruits haven't yet been in the Genlock. We just saw or read from the teaser that might happen. So let's get started. Yeah, here we go. It is kind of psychedelic. I like that. It's almost 70s, or 80s, maybe, would be a better way of looking at it. Other than the fact that it's, I don't know, animated. That kind of stuff happened in the 80s, too. Animation wasn't invented in the 21st century. I was just thinking the effects wouldn't be, but it's animation. Who cares? The cool color coding, I mean, people have pointed that out. I wasn't a big fan. I haven't really seen many episodes of... Blaine, see? He's still in there. Seen many episodes of those shows where, like, Ultron or whatever those are. With, like, different colored robots that come together and stuff. Or small mecha that become a big mecha, I guess. I don't know. I recognize the fact that they were color-coded, and it probably had something to do with that, though. So they have wings. I see that. They can fly. Maybe not all of them, but at least some of them can. It would make sense that Chase is good since he was a pilot, right? They all look slightly different. This lady's the Russian woman. I guess she was Russian. Very nimble, very fluid, and not bulky. Bullet holes. Okay, the aftermath. That's a dead body, but I still don't think it's Blaine's character. I've forgotten the name. I'm sorry.
I think sarcasm helps us see things more clearly.
It does.
Valentina, you're quiet.
I don't have second doubts.
Sometimes
Makes sense.
It's simply fun to watch.
The spy dead. Okay, well, I guess he died.
You have no idea.
Maybe that wasn't Blaine.
No idea the
Or maybe they...
I want
into my lab again without permission, and I will rewrite you to speak only in Gilbert and Sullivan lyrics. More of a Dylan fan, I suppose.
AI solidarity.
This conversation has been delightful, but...
those two seem to be at heads.
Understood.
Valentina and... I'm still not getting the character names, guys. It'll come to me. Okay. Obviously, it's amazing that she apparently coordinates every battle in the entire war. That doesn't make any sense. He's a colonel. Maybe not. He just has multiple fire teams, I guess. Multiple
Follow me.
units under her command.
We need to figure recruits. Got onto my base with nanotech on him. Dios ayúdanos. I thought it would give us a better chance in the war.
I wonder if it scares her.
Believe the risk is worth
What it did.
wasting time.
Go, get me the fuck out of here!
Oh, hey, they're using language.
Valentina, yo.
Act like adults, would you?
You're being ridiculous.
And you are nowhere near giving me a single function.
Some serious tension, so they're just a cohesive unit yet.
First full platoon by now.
I led you to believe nothing.
But
you knew
they're not
how far we were from mass production.
You could
being
have more
stereotypically
candidates if
at
you'd
odds,
work
which
on
I like. I
advancing
appreciate.
Genlock.
And I will, but I can't do
It's-
that.
it's organic.
Recruit and make the pro. We haven't even begun their training yet.
The problem is more
Yeah.
fundamental. Look at their files.
She knows a
Their
lot about
lives were
this.
in
It's not
disarray
like
to
somebody
begin
told
with.
her
Now
to
they're in shock with
host
the very
these
first
people.
attack.
By their very nature,
She's very
Genlock
involved, which we got from the
candidates are the most resilient, adaptable people
early
you'll ever
trailers,
meet.
right?
They'll get past this. I
The
guarantee
communication that they had
they'll
with each
become
other.
the best fighters you've ever seen.
I'm not here to fight. I was told I was
I-
needed for
to the stars, I
scientific
hope so.
research.
Well, yeah, research on how to fight better.
I was in the resistance against the Union. If you try
I'm
to
still.
stop
I
me
don't
from
know
going.
if we'll ever find out what the union really is. I'm still thinking it's a shorthand for the European Union.
More
That's my guess.
revenge.
Oh, no, I
What's
stopped it.
that going to solve?
We'll get that
War
in sync from
never
the
changes
final edit.
anything.
I'm
Beautiful
thinking maybe a
cars,
dictator
open
took over the
Barbara,
European Union,
and no
kind of like a
regrets.
Napoleon or Hitler or something like that, kind of
Though?
You're gonna
rose
live
up
it
in
like there's
Europe,
no tomorrow,
and maybe that's
which
the
is gonna
union they're
make
talking about.
sure there's no tomorrow as the union nano hits wherever you've been partying at. You'll think, maybe I could have changed this.
I
And
don't think
didn't.
she's the type who's been partying.
It's
She
a bit
even
late
said
for regrets now,
she's been in the
isn't it?
resistance.
Let's not.
6 months till the polity is pushed out of North America. Unless we turn the tide. Go tell your recruits. See,
But they haven't moved very
I
far in
trust
4
no one.
years.
It's
Why
why
6
I'm
months
still
now?
alive.
They're running out of resources,
She's
maybe?
right.
The polity is?
All are. We need you. You have an opportunity no one else has.
You're our
to
last hope.
master this new technology.
Help us, Obi-Wan.
And in doing so, perhaps turn the
Your
tide
only
of the
hope.
war.
You think we're gonna Luke Skywalker the war for you?
See? Even Macy Williams gets it.
I wouldn't
I'll
want
use the
it
actors'
any
names until I
other
remember
way.
the characters' names.
If you want to return to your previous
Mick
lives,
something.
I'll tell the.
It does do something besides kill us, am I right?
Chase, you're still mixing in.
I hope it does something besides kill you.
Why did...
Anvil ground, this is ESU-2.
Eh?
Homa is waking up, taxiing to staging area 1.
ESU-2, Anvil Ground. Clear taxi, hold at 35 right for landing traffic.
Still not clear why they use compass directions, like I said, for vertical takeoff landing. Yeah, whatever. Hand wave, hand wave, hand wave.
She is the mech now. Her mind has uploaded to the cyber brain.
Yeah.
Kinda cool.
So
But
if
it
she
works.
dies,
It works fine, provided you are psychologically fit and
so
neurologically
if the
compatible
cyber brain
with the
dies, she
system.
dies, I guess.
Might as well put your brain
That would
in
seem
the
to be a
microwave.
big
So, who wants
flaw.
to give it?
Just copy it. Don't send it. Of course, I don't know if that's what
I just
happened
never
yet.
met anyone named after a kazoo is all. That's what I said.
Katsu.
Miss Roman, fortune favors the bold.
Ah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Presence, are your Vanguard companions?
Yeah, he
ready or
does.
not?
This is weird.
I didn't say that.
I think it's weird. I mean, I want to be
Oh,
welcoming and all,
top spying.
Please, let it go.
Base.
I will find a way to talk to him.
Do you want me to tell him about
Doesn't
us?
think you
Want
hear.
me to do it?
Don't
Are you out
listen.
of your mind? Let's go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Ready to
I
catch?
think she
Are you ready?
detected his body language, no matter what body he's in.
down the rabbit hole. Let's do this.
McLeod. There, that was her
Clear
name.
your mind.
It was Mick something.
Listen to your breathing.
B.
A repeating pressure.
I want an answer about the... He said she is the mech. Her brain was uploaded. I want an answer on whether or not the brain, the contents of the brain, leave the body,
Grab it, and then
or it's just a copy.
on.
It would seem far more efficient,
If I
far
want that,
safer.
you can have my manga.
It just seems dumb. If you can transfer it, transfer copy. Well, she's compatible. You know that now. She just kind of thinks about wanting to do something like look at a distance or listen at a distance, and it happens. That's cool.
Ah, my bits are showing.
Who's next, Doctor?
You have no bits. They want to do it. Success.
I can work with this.
There's the blue one from the Blaine. In the intro, we see they have different frames, so he must enhance and modify them over time. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! I'll have to go back and look at that frame. Something about maximum safe uploads. Okay. Which again, why upload? Copy. Copy. It's for dramatic reasons, I know, because it adds tension. Why is there a car alarm on a military vehicle? I know for comedic effect, but come on.
Genlock recruits,
Uh-oh.
meet your new drill instructors. After today, they...
I'm sure the new recruits are not going to get through on the first time. I mean, I can already predict that. They don't know what they know, what they need to know. Obviously, it'd be unfair to have the other two do it.
No problem. You're not expected to win right out of the gate. Let's go again.
That is gray. I just realized that was gray. I mean, I knew it was gray, but it didn't click in my brain that it was gray. Is she gonna shoot? Funny. And flipping him up. He's using her as a guard, as a shield. Okay. Still got hit from behind.
We're missing one.
So two of them are out.
Do you see the look on her face?
They're very good at what they do, probably, so... Out. Rules apply to them, too. Of course he knows what he's doing.
Okay, well, I don't want to get anywhere near exceeding uptime, which is a concept for later. Let's call it a day.
Refugees? Yeah, it looks like refugees.
I've only seen it before.
Bad sign for the war effort.
You get numb to it when all
Lies to it. They want you to go numb, become indifferent, or lose yourself in
Is
distractions.
it wounded or
To
refugees?
feel
They didn't look like they were
in
uniformed.
this world, and all its
I was thinking
machinations are
refugees.
Too big to challenge.
Yeah, they look like
That
civilians.
loss of control leads
They don't
to
look like
despair.
military.
Protect those who can't protect themselves. Buy some time for
That's
others
just how all
to end
technology
the war.
comes about. All great innovations,
after
really.
that,
I mean, not all of them, but a
who
lot of
knows
them
what we can achieve
come about
together.
in times of desperation and need, which is usually coincides with war or other Cold War sort of activities.
When you see it.
We get new toys?
As many as we can build.
Hey, put her there! Oh.
Looks like we got a team.
You
So he's
didn't
happy.
Tell them about the 6
He's got his
months.
team working.
No.
We're arriving.
Oh. Did I do that?
Colonel, you've a message from a modern Major General.
He did it. He rewrote
What's
him.
happening to my base?
Very cool. Now, I need to go back and look at that screen and see what he was talking about. Was it after her or was it after the other two? It was after the other two got uploaded. Right. Here we go. Second birthday, everyone, and there it is. Set maximum safe upload count remaining. Confirm. Okay. Upload bank waiting to start. Upload bank waiting to start. So it's like three different. Yeah, there's the three people. You can see their names at the top. Confirm. Do you see the count? No, because they don't want us to know that yet. But there is a count. All right. So we get to see, we learned a lot. There was a lot of exposition here, but it was well-placed exposition. It wasn't the kind that's like, okay, you know, why are you telling, you know, this is boring. It was during seeing cool things happen. So that's the best way to do it. You don't stop the story really to give the exposition. You progress the story, and they're progressing it in these guys deciding to jump in and try it and to learn their skills and so forth as a test against the vets. So well done, Joe. Good job. I wasn't sure last episode if, and I don't remember the characters' names, if Chase's girlfriend, I'll just call her that. I know she has a name. I'll eventually figure out all these characters' names. I didn't know for sure if she was seeing that other guy. Because he did that, what did he say? Something like, he used some sort of like a term of endearment, but it could have been written off as just a friendly thing between friends. It wasn't clear that it was a romantic term of endearment. When he walked up to her, as she was waiting for the new arrivals. She was going to be the babysitter. I'm not even sure if that was the guy that she said she was with, now that I think about it. But anyway, if that was the guy, I wasn't sure. But now we get confirmation that she thought Chase was dead. So she eventually ended up going into a relationship with somebody else. And that's going to complicate things, obviously, especially since Chase now has heard that. And I still don't think Chase was being smart. I'm sure it was difficult to resist. We all know that urge. If you can eavesdrop on somebody without trying, which is what he was doing. He wasn't like sneaking around trying to hear. He just looked over and the mech let him hear. It's hard to resist that. It's hard to say, no, I can't listen to that. Shut it off. I don't want to hear your private thoughts. If you're just somebody saying it and you can hear it, sometimes everybody has an urge to. It takes a lot of will to not, to basically say nope, 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 nope. Especially when it concerns you, in the case of him. So I can totally get that. Still think it's it's just a way of, again, kind of an exposition way for them to say these two are together. This is what's going to cause some conflict down the road, which again was well done. So the writing continues to be really good. The pacing continues to be good. I mean, all said, there wasn't a lot done in this episode as far as the plot is concerned, really. It was kind of setting up chess pieces on the board, but we did get some advancement, and we got some character developments, as I talked about just a minute ago with Chase, for instance. So that's good. So we got a little bit. I think the pacing will, and in that sense, the pacing was okay, because it has to be done. In the first season of a show, especially in the first few episodes of the first season of the show, you don't expect it to be right out of the gate, but this one was. The first episode was right out of the gate. Great storytelling, fast forward storytelling, good storytelling from last episode with the spy, and get back to Blaine's character again. Either that wasn't Blaine voicing that character, although there was no other actor on the credits that I could see at the end, or if he really is dead, again, maybe he's not dead. Maybe they're just telling him he's dead, just so that they can keep him, so that the word doesn't get out to the Union that he's dead. But if he is dead, maybe they stole his visual appearance and his voice and stuff, and the spy did a really good job of pretending to be him, and the real Blaine's character will be around. Or, as some have speculated, Rooster Teeth basically just jerked the chain of a lot of people, but in a good way. Said, you weren't putting this guy in the title credits. Blaine Gibson is a regular character on the show. Oh no, we're killing him in the second episode. That's possible too. That his character is gone, and that he's kind of a trickier version of Lindsay Jones from the first episode, where those of us who have followed Achievement Hunter heard through Achievement Hunter content that she had a role in Genlock, and everybody was really happy for her. Nobody hinted that she died, and then we find out in the first episode she dies. They might have done the same thing with Blaine. They just did a little more intense. They put him in the title sequence. I don't think so. I don't think they would do that. It's in one way, it's kind of daring. It is daring, but I think it would actually kind of backfire more than get applause from the audience. I don't think the audience would be excited about that. They'd be more angry. I don't think they did that. I think that Blaine's voice will still be, and his character will still be in the show. My hunch is that he's not really dead. My hunch is that they are pretending that he's dead, so that word doesn't get to the Union that he's still alive, so that they can interrogate him, so that they can get information from him, and so forth and so on. They don't want like a kill squad or something coming in to take him out or something like that. Although if they did that, they'd send a kill squad in to take out the doctor, or maybe, or something like that. Anyway, so, I don't know. There's some other reason that they're not. I think they're not letting people know that he's still alive. I think he's still alive. That's my hunch. Like I said, it could be any of those things. All right. And the Union. I was commenting during the show that my hunch is still, I mean, I haven't read if the showrunners and writers have commented on what the Union really is. I don't think they would, because that's the kind of thing you want to come out in the show. I'm still thinking wouldn't it be really, I was going to say cool, but I mean, it would be from a storytelling perspective, because if the Union was really the European Union that had fallen under the control of a dictator, right, of a despot, and that's what they mean by when they say the Union, because our Scottish character, if Brexit, they wouldn't be part of the Union initially. I'm sure they've been conquered since the war broke out, or since the expansion of the Union. And then our Russian character on the eastern side makes total sense as well. We haven't seen anybody from mainland Europe yet, so that's my hunch, unless we find out something else, that's what the Union is. That's what they mean by the Union. So I still have an issue with the war progression. I really do. I mentioned it last time. I mentioned it at the time of first episode as well. It just doesn't seem right that a significantly advanced technological culture, or cultures in this case, with nanotech, that this culture is still afraid of. You saw the Colonel; she was afraid, terrified of the fact that he brought that nano weapon in to her base. It doesn't make any sense that they'd still be fighting after 4 years, and that the front wouldn't have moved much. Now she's saying 6 more months is all we're going to have before we're kicked off the continent. The only way that is true is if they're the not the Vanguard, but the polity are running out of resources or something, and attrition of forces is so great that they can't hold the line. But then again, that raises the question of, why is there a line? That doesn't make any sense. In a high-tech futuristic warfare situation like this, there wouldn't be a line like that across the continent. There'd be attacks happening everywhere. There'd be attacks coming in from the West Coast. There'd be attacks coming in from the North, from the South, from space, straight down. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm not biting my tongue. I'm talking about it. But what I mean is I'm not letting that ruin my enjoyment of the show. I'm just curious about it. It just doesn't seem to make any sense to me, and maybe it'll be explained. I don't know. But this is cool. The suits are cool. Like I said in the intro, they're different. So it looks like they get expanded. There is an upload count, max count, that clearly is, we're going to find out, I imagine, something that the doctor wanted to fix, but he didn't have time to fix. So that's why Chase probably was okay with it. He probably knows about the count. I imagine the woman who came with him, the doctor does as well, and they agreed to do it anyway, for whatever reason. But they're not telling these people about it. Not yet, at least. He did kind of hint, the doctor did kind of hint that he might tell them about it coming up in the future. But that raises that question I have too, which is bugging me about, if you're transferring the brain engrams, if you will, of everything that's in the brain, the knowledge, the motor skills, the language, all that stuff. If you're transferring that to the mech, you should be able to copy it. In which case, the upload count is irrelevant. It's not going to damage the human brain at all. I don't understand. I mean, I understand why they're doing it from a writing and dramatic standpoint, because that makes it more dramatic. And like I said, if they die in the mech, they're going to die in real life. Probably that's probably going to be we're probably going to be told that at some point. and they have a limited number of uploads, and they can't stay in it too long, apparently, according to the doctor. All of these things come from it being the actual brain moved there, which doesn't make any sense. If you've got the technology to move that stuff, you've got the technology to copy it instead of wipe it out in the human brain, and then transfer it back when they're coming out of the mech. That just doesn't make any sense. So it's another one. That and the warfare and the war situation are the two biggies for me that are like, I don't get why. I get why you're doing that for dramatic effect, but I don't get why you're doing that for realism. So anyway, I'm really enjoying the show. I'm going to be an honest fan. You know, if I have issues with it, I'm going to bring them up, but I'm still really enjoying this thing. It's really cool. Like I said, visually stunning, good acting, good writing, good animation. Yeah, loving it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.